Skol Nation, stop right now. U.S. Bank Stadium just erupted with breaking news. And one fact is already on the table. Joe Burrow, a contract extension just locked down the architect of Minnesota's defense. A $1.7 million secret weapon earned a label that changes everything. And a trade rumor involving 2 first-round picks is shaking the NFC North to its core. Insiders warned us last night, and here's the first payoff. Brian Flores just got nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year one day after signing his extension. If you bleed purple more than you hate the Packers, hit like and subscribe right now. We start with the defensive mastermind who has Green Bay shaking. Stay locked. There's a double cliffhanger at the end that involves Cincinnati. Championship defenses aren't built on talent alone. They're forged by the mind calling the plays, the chess master moving pieces nobody else sees. 24 hours ago, the Vikings locked Brian Flores into a contract extension. Yesterday, the Associated Press named him a finalist for Assistant Coach of the Year. Coincidence? No. Validation. The name? Brian Flores. And here's why this changes the entire trajectory of Minnesota's championship window. Flores didn't just coordinate a defense in 2025, he conducted a symphony. First in pressure rate across the entire NFL. First in no-blitz pressure rate, meaning he got to quarterbacks without even sending extra bodies. Second in pass yards allowed per game. Third in total yards per game. 7th in points allowed. Those aren't just good numbers. Those are elite metrics that belong in the conversation with the greatest defensive seasons in franchise history. But here's the wrinkle that separates good coordinators from legends. Flores did it with a roster that wasn't stacked wall-to-wall with Pro Bowlers. What Flores mastered was the art of maximization. He took what he had and turned weaknesses into weapons. The biggest proof? Jaylen Redmond, a defensive tackle who came from the United Football League in 2024, earned a backup role and then exploded in 2025 under Flores' system. 6 sacks, 12 tackles for loss, 5 passes defended. Redmond became a starter because Flores saw something scouts missed and built a scheme that unleashed it. That's not luck, that's brilliance. Now here's the competition Flores faces for the award. Vic Fangio with the Eagles, Vance Joseph in Denver, Clint Kubiak in Seattle, Josh McDaniels in New England. All worthy, all dangerous. But only one coordinator took a defense that wasn't supposed to dominate and made Aaron Rodgers, Jared Goff, and Matthew Stafford look mortal when they faced Minnesota. Do you think Brian Flores is the best defensive coordinator in the NFL right now? Drop your take below. The award gets handed out February 5th, 2026 at NFL Honors. If Flores wins, it's not just a trophy, it's a message to the rest of the league. You can't poach this man, because Minnesota just made sure he's here to build a dynasty. And if you believe Flores just made the Packers' offense look predictable for the next 5 years, smash that like button and let Green Bay fans know who runs the NFC North. But as massive as locking down Flores is, the next story is about the player he developed. A $1.7 million weapon who just got called Minnesota's secret superstar. And the Vikings have a decision to make that could define their defensive line for the next decade. Stay locked. Secret weapons don't stay secret forever. Eventually, the film gets watched, the stats get counted, and the rest of the league wakes up. Pro Football Focus just dropped their secret superstars list for every NFL team. And the name they gave Minnesota should make every Vikings fan scream at the front office. The player? Jaylen Redmond. The label? Secret superstar. And here's the problem. If Minnesota doesn't move fast, another team will. Redmond's story reads like a movie script. He dominated the United Football League with the Arlington Renegades in 2024, caught Minnesota's attention, signed with the Vikings as a backup, and then turned 2025 into his breakout season. 17 games, 15 starts, 62 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 5 pass deflections, 2 fumble recoveries, 1 forced fumble. But the numbers only tell half the story. Pro Football Focus gave Redmond a 73.5 overall grade, ranking him 3rd among all Vikings defenders. His run defense metrics were even more insane. 30 run stops, 1.46 yard average depth of tackle, and a 19.4% positively graded play rate that ranked 2nd on the entire defense. Translation? Redmond didn't just fill a role, he became essential. He's the rare defensive tackle who can collapse the pocket on 3rd down and stone the run on 1st down. That combination is extinct in today's pass-happy NFL, and Minnesota found it in a guy making $1.7 million. Now here's the wrinkle that has Vikings Nation on edge. Redmond is an exclusive rights free agent. That means Minnesota can offer him a 1-year minimum contract and keep him. If they don't offer that contract, he becomes an unrestricted free agent and can sign anywhere. Let that sink in. The Vikings could let a secret superstar walk for nothing. Jonathan Allen is aging. Javon Hargrave is slowing down. Redmond is 26 years old and just entering his prime. If Minnesota lets him hit the open market, teams like the Lions, Packers, and Eagles will be lining up with offers that dwarf that minimum salary. Do you think the Vikings should pay Redmond now before his price skyrockets? Drop your number below. And if you believe letting Redmond walk would be the biggest front office mistake of the offseason, hit that like button and make sure Kwesi Adofo-Mensah sees this. Because the next headline involves a trade rumor so massive it would change the entire NFC North power structure. J.J. McCarthy. 2 first-round picks, and a quarterback in Cincinnati who might be available. Stay locked, because this one is nuclear. Whispers turned into shouts, rumors turned into reports. And now, one of the most explosive trade scenarios in NFL history just leaked. And it involves the Minnesota Vikings going all in on a Cincinnati Bengals quarterback who could turn this roster into an immediate Super Bowl favorite. The highs showed flashes of potential, but the lows exposed the reality. This Vikings roster is too good to wait for development. Justin Jefferson is in his prime. T.J. Hawkinson is dominant. The defense just became elite under Flores. The window is now, not 3 years from now. Joe Burrow changes that equation instantly. A proven franchise quarterback who took Cincinnati to a Super Bowl. A gunslinger with the arm talent to maximize Jefferson's route running. A leader who already knows. Even consider this? 2 first-round picks. A young quarterback with upside in McCarthy. A pass rusher in Greenard who posted 7 sacks in 2025. That's a haul that could jumpstart a Cincinnati rebuild, but the plot thickens. According to reports, if the Bengals say no to the Burrow deal, the Vikings have a backup plan. Bring back Kirk Cousins. The same quarterback who spent 6 years in Minnesota, knows Kevin O'Connell's system, and just became available after his stint in Atlanta didn't work out. Former Vikings tight end Kyle Rudolph went on record saying Minnesota made a mistake, not bringing in a veteran to compete with McCarthy last season, and he believes they must do it this offseason. CBS Sports analyst Ran Carthon echoed that sentiment, saying the Vikings are too good of a team to sit and wait for McCarthy to develop while wasting the primes of Jefferson, Hawkinson, and the defense. The pressure is real, the stakes are championship level, and the decision Minnesota makes at quarterback could define the next 5 years of this franchise. Do you think the Vikings should trade for Joe Burrow, bring back Kirk Cousins, or roll with J.J. McCarthy? Drop your hottest take below. And if you believe this Vikings roster deserves a proven quarterback right now, smash that like button and let the front office hear you. Because the conclusion is about to tie all 3 stories together and reveal why the next 72 hours in Minnesota could explode. Stay locked. 3 stories, 1 mission. Lock down the mastermind. Secure the secret weapon. Make the franchise-altering move. The Minnesota Vikings just showed the entire NFC North that they're not rebuilding, they're reloading. Brian Flores gets extended and nominated for Assistant Coach of the Year, proving Minnesota has the defensive mind to compete with anyone. Jaylen Redmond gets labeled a secret superstar, giving the Vikings a $1.7 million steal who could anchor the defensive line for a decade. And the Joe Burrow trade rumor reveals the front office's real mindset. This roster is too talented to waste waiting for development. Let's connect the dots. If Flores stays and Redmond gets locked up, Minnesota's defense is set for years. Add a proven quarterback like Burrow or Cousins, and this team becomes the most dangerous offense-defense combination in the NFC. The Packers? Still figuring out if Jordan Love is the guy. The Lions lost their offensive coordinator to Chicago. The Bears, 3 years away from contention. The Vikings have the piece right now to own this division for the next 5 seasons. But here's what has to happen. 1. The Vikings must offer Jaylen Redmond more than the minimum. If they let him hit free agency, teams like Detroit will steal him and use him to terrorize Minnesota twice a year. 2. The front office has to make a decision at quarterback. Roll with McCarthy and bring in competition, or go all in on a proven veteran and maximize this championship window. 3. Kevin O'Connell and Flores need to align their vision, because if the defense stays elite and the offense upgrades at QB, Minnesota is a Super Bowl threat. Here's what I need from Skull Nation. 1. Smash that. Like if you believe the Vikings just became the most dangerous team in the NFC North. 2. Drop a comment with your boldest quarterback prediction. Do we trade for Burrow? Do we bring back Cousins? Or do we ride with McCarthy and prove the doubters wrong? 3. Subscribe because every single subscriber makes Packers fans furious, and we're about to take over the entire division. But listen closely. Here's the edge of the cliff. The Joe Burrow trade is a rumor, and the Bengals haven't made any indication they're willing to move him. If Cincinnati says no, does Minnesota pivot to Cousins or roll with McCarthy? That decision could come in the next 48 hours. And on top of that, there's another rumor floating that a Vikings defensive leader called a players-only meeting after the season ended. No coaches, no front office, and what was said could either unite this locker room or create a rift that derails everything. That story drops next. Plus, the Packers just made a massive move to clear cap space, and insiders say they're targeting a defensive free agent that Minnesota also wants. Who gets him first? Skull Nation, the war is here. Hit subscribe, stay locked, and let's make the NFC North bleed purple. We ride together. See you in the next battle.